Welcome to The Journey. This Purpose Process webinar is a summary of the same named book and was created as a jumpstart to encountering your purpose. The course is structured in a specific order that is easy to follow. Please do not skip any sections, as all the pieces work together to establish a solid foundation for you to build the life of your dreams on. As you go through each page, take your time to be present. Don't worry if nothing makes sense, seems unfamiliar, or if you feel lost. Just keep going, and the pieces will slowly unfold. Plus, I'll be here to hold your hand along the way. Ready? Okay, let's go. Purpose. The reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. To have as one's intention or objective. Now, I know what you're saying. If I knew that, I wouldn't be here now, would I? I get it. But I am convinced that every person has an inkling, a small idea of what their purpose is. There is some feeling about it, some knowing almost, and understanding. And so if you were to look at your life today and how you've used all of your seconds on this planet, what would you say your purpose is? Some would say, my purpose is to serve others. Some would say, well, apparently my purpose is to get kicked around. And some would still yet say, my purpose is to be the king of the world. But I just want you to think about it and jot down anything that comes to mind. Take 5 minutes. Before we move much further into the webinar, I want to give you a little bit of background on my story, the reason I actually created this course. One New Year's Eve, I woke early with an unusual sense of desperation. The year had been challenging, to say the least, and I was quickly approaching a midlife crisis. I spent what felt like hours reviewing the past year and my life up to that point. I wasn't impressed. Maybe you know what it's like to look over your life and not feel the least bit excited about it. Now let me be clear. I had a good life. I had a job I liked, great relationships, and I made more money that year than ever before. I was healthy and didn't have any complaints. But something was missing. In the back of my mind, in the marrow of my bones, in the depth of my gut, something was missing. My sense of fulfillment was void and my satisfaction was waning away. The purpose process is the result of that tumultuous weekend. The blueprint. Your purpose design. The blueprint. The God of all creation has a plan for each of our lives. I believe that plan is made up of 3 main categories. Each category has 2 equally important classifications, and each classification has interdependent subgroups. Sounds scientific, but it's very simple. Here's the breakdown. God's plan for your life incorporates His purpose for your life, the reason you're here, His vision for your life, how you will live, and His mission for your life, what you will do. Here's the outline. There are 3 categories: purpose, vision, and mission. Each category has 2 classifications, universal and individual, and each category is supported by subgroups, talents, and gifts. We call them tags. Your purpose. Discovering your purpose can seem like a great mystery, particularly if you've made it out of high school and learned that real life is nothing like you believed it would be just a few short years before. If you have accepted that you actually have a purpose, then that is half the battle. The other half is allowing the investigative process to happen organically. Your purpose is as individual as your fingerprint. And while there may be millions of people who serve the same purpose you do, they will never serve it in the way that you do, because your purpose is yours. You were made for this. Your purpose can be the driving force behind all you do. As you go through this process, you will begin to recognize clues about your inclinations, your natural proclivities, and unconscious dispositions. God not only provided you with all you need to fulfill your purpose with joy, but He also provided avenues and opportunities for you to partner with Him. This process is how I learned I'm Adrienne the Navigator. So let's keep going. It gets more exciting from here. Purpose proof. The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me. Psalm 138:8. Universal purpose. Universal. Of, affecting, or done by all people or things in the world or a particular group. Applicable to all cases. The universal purpose is typically what is purported in books, talk shows, and pulpits. It's the shared purpose of all creation. It has been called many things, but ultimately it comes down to serving mankind, doing good, and glorifying God. Every creation in existence, from the inanimate to the greatest of all mankind, is created for this purpose. God is a parent, and like most parents, we have universal desires for our children. Most of us desire equivalent love, provision, and opportunities for all our children. I understand our universal purpose to be to improve the world through adding value to other nouns. Likewise, we all share a universal purpose that can be fulfilled by simply living a healthy, productive lifestyle. Reflecting on what you just read, what would you say your universal purpose is? What is the thing that you do now and have always done that is the right thing to do? Individual purpose. Individual, single, separate, of or for a particular person. On the other side of the coin is your individual purpose. This is where the magic really is. Your individual purpose is the specific and unique reason God created you and placed you on the earth. This is amazing because it means that what your grandmother told you is true. You are special. God created everyone and everything for a purpose and with a specific intention in mind. Those intentions are multifunctional, multi-layered, diverse, expanse, deeply satisfying, and unfathomable. Over the following pages, we will explore the process of identifying your individual purpose, detailing the specific steps to follow, and gaining clarity on your journey. Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. Your individual purpose will serve a deep-seated need within your soul that may not be the same for everyone around you or even for people that you know. For instance, parts of my purpose are to financially care for others, well, to stop bullies, protect, to help the bully empower, to teach, educate, to help people figure out a direction, guide, to share wisdom, inform. When you think about your own life and something that you would consider non-negotiable, what parts of you are a must? Purpose proof. Whatever you commit to work on diligently, the Lord will bless. Deuteronomy 28:8. Purpose can be defined as whatever you are committed to doing. Knowing what God designed you for can also be found by recognizing what He did not design you for. I like to say that things that don't look like goodness to me are not the will of God for me. Write the things below that absolutely cannot be a part of your life. I'll start you off. Poverty cannot be a part of our lives. Hatred cannot be a part of our lives. Unforgiveness cannot be a part of our lives. Dissatisfaction cannot be a part of our lives. Take 5 minutes and write down the things that cannot be a part of your life. Vision. The ability to think about or plan the future with imagination or wisdom. Imagine. Vision is a picture your soul paints on your heart. It's an organic desire rooted in the intrinsic plan you see for your life. Not to be confused with a goal, a vision is a destination, a place you can see within yourself that you will put great effort into reaching. Unlike purpose, vision is not active until it's articulated. Habakkuk 2:1, I will look to hear what God will say through me. Vision can be said as seeing with your ears, hearing with your mind, imagining with your heart, and then writing it all down. God's vision for your life is reflected in the unchangeable desires of your heart. Your vision is like a recurring dream that happens even when you're awake. Take a few minutes and reflect on a recurring desire or dream that followed you from childhood until now. What was your vision for your life before adulting detoured you to another path? Think back to 6th grade or your junior year of college. What did you imagine for your life? Who were you planning on being? How did you think you'd experience soul-satisfying days? What in your childhood were you going to do differently as an adult? Your mission. Mission. A specific task with which a person or group is charged. A pre-established and often self-imposed objective or purpose. Your mission could be identified as the fuel in your purpose engine. While it is not the purpose, it is just as important because it informs all your decisions, actions, and choices, particularly concerning fulfilling your purpose. Your mission may become your life's motto and will support your purpose. It's built on your values and helps you live in integrity with your soul. My mission is to leave everything better than I found it. Your mission is like the theme song of your life, because every hero needs one. Your assignment. Assignment. A task or piece of work assigned to someone as part of a job or course of study. The attribution of someone or something as belonging. Your assignment is the most familiar part of your purpose. It's the W's of the mission, the life you create and how you spend your waking hours. Many times our assignments can be mundane and routine and feel like anything but purposeful. I can assure you it is a significant part of and imperative to your purpose. Think of the assignment as the many roles we play. Most time we give our assignments titles, but incorrect job descriptions. No, you're not an employee working for a paycheck. You're a steward learning to rule 10 cities. Does that make sense? Let's move on. In reviewing your mission and your assignment, what are the roles you've played in your life? I've played many roles: wife, sister, friend, mentor, mother, protector, confidant, teacher, coach, writer. What are some roles that you've played in your life? Take a few minutes and write that down. What you do matters. Proverbs 18:16. A person's gift clears his way and gives him access to the great. Talents and gifts. Our talents are those things we've learned to do well, like playing the piano, acting, telling jokes, or listening. Our gifts are those characteristics and skills that we excel at naturally and have a unique penchant for, like perceiving others' feelings, problem solving, persuasive speaking, or heightened insight. In your journal, or on the next page, list all your tags, even if you haven't used them in a long time. Here are a few examples of tags. Go through the list, see if any of them relate. And if not, this list should jumpstart your memory of who you are and what you do. List all your tags, no matter how minor they seem. Okay, let's go. Now let's go back to move forward. Purpose is often recognized in childhood. It may start with desires and behaviors or your bend as a child. Reflect on your life's journey from your earliest memory till now. What is the first time you can recall putting language to how you wanted to impact the planet? Now, this is more than a standard firefighter or doctor dream, unless that dream followed you to high school. Did you have an unusual affection for animals? Were you always creating things? Have you always had a heart to help others? Let your mind wander. Don't discount any thought and be sure to give yourself permission to see it. Now, write down every significant moment you experienced, particularly as a child. The significant moments, experiences, and situations brought memorable pain and or pleasure and helped shape your thinking, decisions, personality, and life from then until now. I'll give you an example. When I was a kid, my mother used to say, "Don't be so pretty that you're ugly." That stuck with me and embedded in me that it was more important to be nice to people than it was to be aesthetically pleasing. What experiences and significant moments have marked you and shaped who you are to this day? Okay, let's go. Note, when determining if something is significant, please use the 10 rule, as in the pain scale that represents the level of pain we experienced. We must recognize that a 10 to person A may be a 5 to person B, but that does not discount person A's pain or experience. It is real. That means that a 10 is a 10, so no matter what the cause of the emotional pain or pleasure, it does not devalue the merit of it. Now that you've thought about it, I want you to categorize those significant events into the life stages. If you are under 21 and listening to this is beautiful because you'll have a much more clear picture than someone who may be in their 60s because they've had so many more experiences and lessons that they have to filter through. However, just because you're 75 doesn't mean that you don't remember or that your experiences and events have not impacted you. So I want you to start from your earliest childhood lessons, earliest childhood memories, and I want you to write down the most significant moments and the ones that you feel help shape who you are as a person. Wonderful. You're doing a great job, and I'm so glad you're still going. Now, think. What did you want to be or do when you grew up? Not just a job, but what was the outcome you wanted? For example, even as a child, I was the go-to friend. I was the one that everyone talked to about their problems. I was the one that helped everyone figure out what the next move was. And I was the one that everyone asked for advice. Fast forward, I'm the navigator. I didn't know that then, but I've always wanted to help people, to guide them, to give them new perspectives. What was the outcome that you wanted as a child? So I want you to think about what did you want to be or do, and what was that outcome that your heart desired? Okay, let's go. Purpose proof. Even if you don't believe you have a purpose, you can still live a life of purpose by making decisions and taking action on purpose. Let's go. Let's look at your blueprint. You have your purpose, you have your vision, and you have your mission. Right now, I want you to write down what you know about each of these 3 areas. You don't have to be certain. You don't have to be 100% sure. You just need to have 51% sure. All right? Just 51% is all we need to take a step of faith. So, purpose, vision, mission. Let's go. Start writing. Now we're going to do a self-reflection exercise. I want you to consider each question and write a compelling response. Now, there is no wrong answer, so just answer from what you've learned about yourself. Who am I? Who am I intrinsically, deep down inside? Not what do I do? Not what's my job title? Not what role do I play in my family? But who am I? For example, my name is Adrienne Cruz and I am the navigator. What that means to me is that I am the person that improves everything I touch. Everything gets better when I walk in the room. I encourage, motivate, support, and empower everyone I meet, children to seniors, it does not matter. Right? So reflect on that. Who am I? Next, we're going to reflect on why am I here? Why am I here? What do you feel? Do you believe you've been called to? Take some time and write that down. Where am I going? What is your vision saying to you? What are your hopes and your dreams and your desires for your future and your family's future? What are they saying to you? What direction are they aiming you in? Where am I from? This is a great question because you don't necessarily need to know where you're from in order to move into your future, but knowing where you're from helps you put all the pieces together of why you function the way that you do. Proverbs states, it's not good to not understand how you function because the outcome cannot be good. Next, what can I do? Those tags and those talents, you may have plenty of tags and talents that run a list of gamut. But which one of those tags and talents feel purposeful to you? They feel like something you could do and not feel bad about doing it or not get bored with doing it. Finally, do I believe I can be and do what I've written? This isn't just about faith. This is about mindset. It could be about cultural shaping and your background. But can you believe it? And do you believe that you can be and do whatever you've written? Purpose declaration. You've come so far and now you're ready to put all the pieces together. No fancy website, platform, or degree is needed. This last step is about naming your W's. W's are the nouns of life. What is your purpose? Why are you serving your purpose? Whom are you serving in your purpose? Think target community. What are you serving through your purpose? Your tags go here. Where are you serving? Classrooms, corporations, community centers? When are you serving? When did you or will you start? How are you serving? Think method, not attitude, although attitude does matter. Now, we're going to take 10 minutes and we're going to answer those questions. Great job. Now, write out your purpose declaration. As an example, my declaration sounds like this. My name is Adrienne and I'm the navigator. My purpose is to liberate souls and navigate them from bondage into freedom. I serve Black millennial women by teaching them how to shift their perspectives and redefine their definition of happiness. I've been serving my purpose since 2000. I serve my purpose in small groups, classrooms, and workshops. Now it's your turn. I want you to write my name is, put your name in there. You can call me If you don't have a purpose identifier yet, it'll come to you. Just give it time. And my purpose is, I serve my purpose by helping your who. I do this by your what. I begin serving my purpose, your when. And I serve my purpose, your where. Congratulations! You did the work and you're ready to take the next step. Next steps. Choose a setting you will start or continue serving your purpose in a more intentional way. Make it enjoyable. Give yourself a unique name that means something to you if you want to, like my navigator identifier. Heck, create a costume if that's your thing. I love cosplay. Either way you go, you can't go wrong because it's your